I'd like to call to order the August 23rd meeting of the Code Enforcement and Nuisance Board. First, we will have a roll call.
Deere.
Yes.
Dearbone.
Yes?
Holman.
Yes.
Harmon.
Yes.
All right, now we will approve the minutes from the July 26th meeting. Are there any comments or a motion to approve?
Motion to approve as read.
All right, Deere, and I have a second.
Second.
All right, Holman, roll call.
Deere.
Yes.
Dearbone.
Yes.
Holman.
Yes.
All right, now if the staff can stand so we can swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. And let's see. Now we just had our swearing in by our mayor of our newest member, Mr. Gene Harmon. So we will move on to our hearing agenda. And our first case is case number 2022-3900, citation 2022-7195.6, 828 Hope Street, owner Victor A. Jarvis Sr. and Evelyn V. Jarvis, respondent Victor A. Jarvis Sr. and Evelyn V. Jarvis. The officer is Ms. Heather Lashley.
Good evening, everyone. This case was the result of a proactive inspection on June 8th, 2022. During the inspection, the following violations were observed: unlicensed, inoperable motor vehicle, accumulation of construction, demolition, or landscaping debris, accumulation of rubbish or garbage, and junk scrap metal. A notice of violation, and you'll see some of the pictures there. A notice of violation was sent to the PVA listed owner and address on that date with the compliance reinspection date of June 20th, 2022. On June 22nd, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I left a door hanger as none of the violations had been corrected. On June 24th, 2022, the property owner, Mrs. Jarvis, called and stated Houchins is supposed to do a cleanup of the fallen tree next week. On July 6, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I called and spoke with Mrs. Jarvis. I asked for an update on the tree removal, and I also went over the other code violations with her. I offered to meet the property owners at the property to go over all of the code violations with them in person. I gave her my telephone number and asked again to give to her husband. On July 13, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I also tried to call the owner again that day to offer a meeting at the property. There was no answer, but I left a message. On July 20th, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. A citation was issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first-class mail and certified mail to the PVA listed owner and address. The compliance reinspection date listed on the citation was August 1st, 2022. Mrs. Jarvis saw the posted citation and she called to discuss it. She asked that I go over all of the violations with her again, which I did. In addition to the violations included on the notice of violation, the following violations were added to the citation: structure unfit for human occupancy, dangerous structure or premises, vacant structures or land, abandoned, parking in yards, and the duty of maintenance of private property. These violations were added due to the existing fire damage on the property from a fire which occurred in December of 2019. Our office worked structural damage case 2020-2440 in June of 2020 due to 6 months having passed and no progress being made on the dwelling. As a result, the property owner obtained a building permit 2 months later in August of 2020. Per code, work was to begin within 60 days of the permit being issued. 2 years have now passed and no work has taken place, and over 970 days or 32 months have elapsed since the fire without repair or demolition. On August 2nd, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. A citation was issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first class and certified mail to the PVA listed owner and address. The compliance reinspection date listed on the citation was August 12, 2022. Sorry. On August 8, 2022, the property owner called to discuss the code violations on his property, and he stated he was appealing the citation. On August 10, 2022, I was in the area performing an inspection at another property, and the property owner stopped me to discuss the code violations on his property. He stated he didn't understand why someone didn't pick up the phone and call him, and I explained to him that I did call, and I spoke to his wife and offered to meet them on the property to go over the code violations. This case has been open 75 days and remains in violation. The majority of the inoperable cars have been removed from the property, and the front porch was cleaned off. All other violations remain.
Right, is there somebody here representing? All right, sir, I'll swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
All right, if you'll state your name and your address.
Victor A. Jarvis, 828 Hope Street,
All right.
Baldwin, Kentucky.
Go ahead with your response.
First of all, I want to apologize. They changed code enforcement on me, and I didn't know it. When a tree fell, I was 3,000 miles away. Okay, I'm a truck driver, over-the-road truck driver. I've been struggling, and since the pandemic, I've been working extra hard. I don't mean for this to happen. And I've been off for the last 7 days trying to correct it. I will correct it. I'm just asking today for some more time. I'm an old man, but I still work. With God's help, I will get everything in compliance. I'm not trying to beat nobody, because I live here, and I'm proud of Bowling Green. And I want to get it straight. And me and Ms. Haley, we didn't get off on the right start because I didn't know we had changed code enforcement. The one I had before, when she saw something wrong, she would get with me and say, Victor, you need to talk. I need to talk to you. 12th Street, we got people hanging over there. I need you to do. I said, you know, I'm in Detroit. I mean, wherever. I said, but I will be to town, and when I get to town, I get it straight. And she knew I would do it. And I wanted to do what she said. What it was, I was in Nevada when the tree fell. Okay? My wife, thank God, she don't like to worry me when I'm on the roads, because it is a dangerous job. But she did, and she said, the tree fell, and the code enforcement been over there. So I got with the guy, the tree owner, and they said, we'll take care of it. A couple of weeks went by, they hadn't did it. I called them, I said, look, I apologize to Mr. Ouch and them. I said, they on my case. I said, I need something done. They said, well, we got it set up for it to be cut. I said, I need to let them know something, because I don't know what's going on. But I got to work, because I don't have insurance, and I'm working money. I'm almost got there where I need to be to get my house fixed. But I got to work. So they say, we'll take care of it. As soon as that did, I moved the cars. The cars she was talking about, they were all licensed and insured, but I moved them anyway. I sold them, got rid of them. And the only reason that you see the other cars there, the red car truck, because people don't know, unless they go behind my house or whatever, they don't know the house ain't nobody living in it. Because they got curtains in it, the windows ain't broke, ain't nothing. You can't tell there ain't nobody living in the house. That's why I leave those vehicles over there, and I haven't had no problem with nobody bothering me with that. And the rest of that stuff, like on the back porch and stuff, I didn't realize until she told me later that I got to get them refrigerators and stuff off the porch. The stuff that was in the yard, the junk tires and all that, I've been working all week. I've been home for 7 days moving this stuff. And like I said, I apologize. I should have got it done quicker, But I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to make money to do my property. The only thing I'm asking y'all today is, I know it look like I haven't been doing, but she know that I've been working my ass off. I need some little more time. I know it's been a while, but I
So,
just need.
so do you think if we were to come back in a month, you would have it done?
We just gotta have all that stuff cleaned up and in progress on the house in a month, yes. And like I said, I don't want to piss nobody off. The city of Bowling Green,
How about the structural damage?
sir,
The structural damage in the building?
I'm working on that, and I have some more progress in a month. I'll give you an update on that, how far I'm along on that. But what's killing me is that $500 a day, that's more than I make. I can't pay $500 a day and still make the money for it.
Well, see, to be clear, it's not a $500 a day. It'd be a $500 fine. Not just for clarification's sake.
Let me tell you,
Heather,
I had 3 houses that was rehabable. And the city of Bowling Green tore them down and charged me. First of all, they charged me on one of my properties when the lady that was over the code enforcement told me that they would take care of their demolition. But yet and still they told me $15,000. Like, in these houses, I don't want to cause nobody to get pissed off at me. But I went around and took pictures that just worse as mine. And it's been worse than mine before mine even started. I don't want no sympathy. I just need some time.
Or let me ask you a question. This, due to the fire, it's been 32 months since that. Is that correct, Heather?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, does this case has been open 75 days. What's the correlation between the fire and this new case?
The fire, of course, happened in 2019, and then, as per code, since we opened this one up, he had to have had the work begin within 60 days of that permit being issued.
I wasn't told that. I wasn't told that, and when she told me, I said, I said, I don't have insurance. Well, you wasn't my worker then. I said, I'm working on the money, and then the storm hit, okay? And she said, they didn't tell me that I had a certain time.
Sir,
I was not told that.
Let me ask you this question. What's your objective for this property? Let's say this property is in code. What are you going to do with this property?
I want my wife want to live there. She want to build back. She want to live. And that's another thing.
So in other words, you want to move back into this property?
Yes. And that's what another thing will happen. I know it might be coincidental. Because I don't want to piss nobody off, like I said. But it's mighty coincidental. Before all hell broke loose, I come home. A guy stopped me. I ain't calling no names. The guy stopped me at the stop sign and said, "What you gonna do with your house?" I said, "My wife wanted to move. She wanted it fixed." He said, "You want to just sell it to me?" I said, "Look, if it were up to me, I probably would." I said, "But my wife is set on thing that we've been married for 35 years. At least I can do something to try to help her." He said, "Oh, no problem. If I can do anything to help you, let me know." 2 days later, that's when the hell broke loose. All kind of citations and all after I turned him down on buying my property. He told me, I will buy. I said, "You say you want to help me?" I said, "Help me find a contractor." He said, "No, I want to buy it." I said, "Look, man," I said, "it ain't for sale." I said, "Whatever I do, I'm gonna rebuild my house." If they take everything I got in my body, sell my legs or whatever, I want to do this before I die for my wife.
So, if the fire happened in 2019, where have you been staying?
God, we rented an apartment. We rented a
And you've been
house.
staying there since the fire?
I rent a house.
Okay.
So
And-
in a house where I can watch that one so I know ain't nobody. When I'm in town, my wife, we can watch that one, make sure there's nobody, hanging around or whatever.
And so now, has the intent always been to move back into this house as your wife wanted, or has it been more of a recent thing that you?
She always wanted that. We remodeled the house, I think back in '08 or whatever. She wanted, she liked that property, and like I said, I want to make her happy. So that's what she want. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy offered to build me a house on. He said, you sell me that, I had to get a house on, one of my properties. I mean, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just blew up. I know it looked coincidental, but it ain't coincidental. I know it ain't coincidental.
Sir, let me ask you, very succinct, what would you like for this board to do?
Give me some more time. And
How much time?
he said, yeah, I can give an update in the month. I have everything, so I know what's going on in a month. I'm not gonna say I hate to be completely finished, but in a month's time, I would know where I'm at.
We've been at this 900 and
But they
something
haven't.
days so
I
far,
didn't know nothing about it.
and we've got 75 days on this violation. That's a concern of mine.
The ones she was talking about with the vehicles and all that, I got that taken care of. Or just the stuff on the back porch, I get that off. But the rest of it is taken care of. The porch cleaned off and all that. And you really can't tell unless you go around the back that ain't nobody living in the house. It's not an eyesore like the pictures seem to show. I mean, like I said, it's just one thing after another, and I know it ain't y'all for it. I can understand that. But I can understand if I were just a person that didn't work, a person was just trying to beat somebody out of something. I'm just a man trying to work, trying to provide for my family. And saying, it ain't y'all fault, I know that, and I'm not blaming y'all. But it just, y'all might not have never been like when the load get on your back.
So, do you have somebody lined up to start working on the structural damage if we were to give you additional time? Do you have
That's what
somebody
I'm
already
working
ready?
on now. And I had talked to the code enforcement, not code enforcement, but building people. They said that I could build back if I have to. Now, I need to get that in writing, because if that's the case, and then the contractor say that it'd be better for me to rebuild, I'm gonna make sure that I can get the permit to do that, and I'll rebuild.
Let me ask one question real quick. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 years ago, though, you got a building permit, and apparently you've not done a whole lot, if anything, since you got the building permit to repair the structure. Is that correct, to see your notes correct?
We were trying to determine whether we're gonna tear it down or rebuild. And then, when I found out I didn't have no insurance, then I had to get my finances together. That was what kept the air to them. Then the storm came, everything went up. Everywhere I went up, they say, you went up by 50%. I said, okay, I said, I can make a few more dollars, and we get something going, So it's not that believe me, my wife is on me just like y'all are. She want it, and I want it, because it's hard for me to run coast to coast out there on the road and keep my mind. Y'all don't understand.
It looks to me like there's an awful lot of work to do to this property to get it up to code.
Like I said,
and
I'll get with somebody that much time, and if I have to, if they're gonna give me a permit to rebuild, I have it demolished, and
We're talking 4 weeks from today.
I didn't say it would be finished. I said I will get an update on how far we are, what I gotta do, and what the contractor say I gotta do.
Well, and if we give you 30 days and it more than likely will not be finished, there still needs to be measurable, and I mean measurable amounts of work done to where we could say, okay, you've done 65, 70% of what needs to be done. There has to be measurable, marked improvement. That's gonna be the big thing if we decide to give you that extension. There has to be, it can't be, oh, I'm still talking to somebody or I'm still looking into it. It has to be where when she goes and looks at it, she could say, okay, he's taking care of most of the work. There's just a little bit left that needs to be done. That's basically what, if we give this extension to you, that's what we're looking for. So is that something that you could tell us that if you give me the 30 days, I will have marked improvement to it to where it's literally, she says, hey, he's got very little to do left because he's taking care of most of it.
Okay?
Is that something you could,
What I give my God best.
because otherwise, if that's not what happens, then we have to uphold the citation and the fine because of that.
I would do what I can to get it, to show the big improvement one way or another.
Questions? All right. I will make a motion that we give him 30 days to make some more progress on this property and come back in 30 days and see where he's at, and based off of the progress, we make a decision going forward, so.
That will be the September 27th meeting. Would you be available to be at that meeting?
What do you say was?
September 27th.
27?
Sir.
All right, thank you.
So we still have to vote on it.
I'll second that.
Okay. Dearbone and Holman, roll call.
Deere,
No.
Dearbone, Holman,
Yes.
Harmon.
Yes.
All right, so that means in 30 days, so please be in contact with Ms. Lashley in order to let her know what you're doing. But in 30 days, we need to see marked improvement, or else we'll just continue on with the citation and a fine, so.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, moving on to old business, case number 2, case number 2022-1704, citation 2022-3437.5, 183 St. Charles Street, owner Lucas Family Trust, respondent Thad Lucas, officer Sonia Duderick.
Case number 2022-1704, 183 St. Charles Street, was heard before the board on July 2022 meeting. The property has been brought into compliance on August 12th, and the case was closed after 139 days. As you can see the pictures.
Or do you want to say anything, or?
Well, I was just going to request if there was a possibility to have the fine removed, since since I've done that. And actually, it made my building look really bad after I painted the back wall, so they're in the process of painting the whole thing right now. So hopefully it'll be finished in the next day or two, so.
Graffiti's gone, so it's not,
Sonia,
it's in compliance.
so this property was brought into compliance.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to uphold the citation, but dismiss the fine in amount of $104.28.
I'll second.
Holman? Roll call?
Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
Harmon.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you getting into compliance. Our next case is case number 3, case 2022-3608, 1501 US 31W bypass. Owner respondent, Mr. Vali Sultani Mokhalife. Officer James Hetty.
Thank you, Chair. Will that one work? No, it's you? Okay. Can you go down? Which, these were the old photos. I wasn't here the first, and I apologize, in June, I believe, at that meeting. Okay. This is the update. The problem with this was it's zoned highway business. And on the last slides, I'll show what 5% of outdoor storage is on this property. But the issue was the tires out here. And so it's, with those updated photos, it's come a long way. However, there's one building that's not up yet. And yeah, this one designates or shows the total of that from the GIS mapping. It's about 27,000 square feet, and 5% of that would just be that little what's outlined there in the blue in the front is pretty much 5% of that lot. That would be the 5% that's I guess required for the outdoor storage. Anything other than that would have to be indoors. So, but anyway, I talked to Mr. Valley yesterday when I went and updated the photos, and Mr. Nally, the construction builder, and hopefully they'll get that building up. But I think there might be some issues with the building permit process, but they've got it cleaned off and the building still in pieces, and that's the way it is, well, as of yesterday. So, you know, we're still out of compliance, but hopefully if they get that up, get everything moved in, other than what's 5% out there, that would be what would be required to fulfill that zoning ordinance of no more than 5%.
Were they close to getting the 5% other than what you showed? With
No,
what
if they put
had-
that building up, but if you can back up, Jared, about 2 more slides, probably. Okay, there's a lot of tires right there in the front of the facility. That's what it looked like before. It was tires all over, but there's a lot in the front and then some still in the back there that will need to be sheltered out of a outdoor display. But Jared, if you can go to the last slide, yeah, that shows kind of there's a spot out front that's you can see where I outline in the blue, and that's kind of designated. 5% is not a lot, so that would be the only thing that would be, and that didn't have to be right there, but just to give you an idea of the size of that.
Is the idea that the building, when it's constructed, will contain all the rest of them?
I hope so. I don't know. But, I know this photo, it doesn't really represent what's out there right now, but yeah, if you back up, you might be able to tell. I don't know if I've got some of the back photos. No, I don't. Okay. It's just the front. But there's some in the back that will need to be housed also.
All on the side
Yeah.
right there is under roof now, except for the few runs on the back, very back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anything out will take away from that 5%.
Yeah, I just told you with that blue with the 5%, how
Yeah.
much he had.
What's the building size when it's put together?
First of all, if you'll come up here so that we can get you on mic. All right, let me swear you in. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
And if you give me your name.
Jimmy Nally, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
All right, go ahead.
That open space, what you see there right now, was full of tires the first time. All that's under roof except for maybe 5% of that. I just showed him the blue. He didn't know what 5% meant. And we was trying to get them covered up, but I think 40 by 60, it's 2,400 square feet. And that will take care of that, other than his display, right? 5% is his display, right? That's the display, right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Because he didn't really know what you meant with that. But I didn't know it, but I had an architect draw this drawing up. He's only qualified for 750 square foot. And he just got it done. Sam Reynolds is the man's name. And so now we got an engineer in Louisville. As we said, she's supposed to call me back at 5:30. She's going to stamp it for us. We had to get a stamp because of the building size. So that's kind of held us up a little bit. But we just got done with the original building yesterday. And I'm a one-man show right now, other than whoever I can pick up. So,
Our original building, the red and white building,
yes, we just got,
restoring from damage.
yeah, we just got done with that building. And there's the shed around back. We put all those tires under that shed. And we cleaned up everything we can clean up other than the tires. But I think we'll get that plan approved tonight, maybe. She'll let me know, or tomorrow, maybe 1 or 2 more days. And as soon as they do that, we're gonna go right in on that building. And that's a fast building. It goes up pretty quick. It's a pre-engineered building. We took it down over behind Hotel Inc. And so, as soon as they give us okay, if they give us okay.
All the other tires will fit in there, so they won't be.
Yeah, and we've got room to hide a few more of them if we can, if you want us to. But we're just waiting on this permit, really. But most everything, actually, we're thinking about putting a little fence around part of it, even after we get the tires up, just where you can't see through there. Not to hide tires, just to keep it secured.
Is this going to be his complete inventory, or is he bringing in more tires every day?
He brings them in, takes them out the same day, basically. But, yeah, he's got an outlet on tires. He has to pick them up. It's like 5 or 6 a day or something, but he sells over 5 or 6 a day, so it's kind of balancing out. I don't know, I said 5 or 6, could be 10 or 12, it could be, whatever. But I've had a hard time finding help. And it's just now beginning to loosen up a little bit. The only help you can find out there is somebody that can pick up and sweep or load a truck or unload it. You can't find anybody who knows how to do anything. That's been my problem. But we just now got the other building done.
How long do you think it'll take to have that building put up?
If we can get the permit approved, say a week after they sign it, and we're working on getting a contractor in there to put the slab in, the footer in. I say the building will probably be up 2 or 3 weeks if everything goes smooth. But might have to give me a little bit of time. You're gonna see in 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have the roof on it. I might not have the trim done or something, but it'll all be roofed in pretty well way on down the road.
Seen improvement on this property?
I have. And I'm hoping that that building will solve the problems once they get it up, but I know you guys have extended some time from the first meeting. I'm hoping some more time might get them
Yeah, I know
over
you-
the goal.
Yeah, we give us some time before.
I'm into progress.
If you seen that property 2 months ago and look at it now, you can tell it. That building was a tough building to do. It wasn't no ordinary job. It was a lot of confusion on that thing.
I'd like to make a motion that we suspend this, this case until next, our next board meeting to give him time based upon the fact that, they've made progress. I mean, measurable progress, as Mr. Hetty has just said.
Second that. Deere and Dearbone, roll call?
Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
Harmon.
Yes.
So we'll revisit this in a month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, he didn't say how many days,
So
That'll be the next board meeting, September 27th.
the next meeting.
Mr. Hetty will work with you on that. He'll work with you on that.
Thank you for everybody. Maybe sometime come here, I want to do this. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we'll now move to new business. Case number 4, case 2022-2238, 1504 North Sunrise Drive, owner Aislinn Holdings LLC, officer Heather Lashley.
And this is a request for a per-day fine authorization on this property. This case was the result of roaming on April 12th, 2022. During the inspection, the following violations were observed. Parking in yards. A courtesy letter was sent to the PVA listed owner and address on that date with a compliance reinspection date of April 18th, 2022. On April 22nd, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I left a door hanger asking that the vehicle be removed from the yard. On May 6, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. During the inspection, the following additional violation was observed: an unlicensed inoperable motor vehicle. I sent a notice of violation to the PVA listed owner and address on this date with a compliance reinspection date of May 16, 2022. On May 18, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. A citation was issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first class and certified mail to the PVA listed owner and address. The compliance reinspection date listed on the citation was May 30th, 2022. On May 31st, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. A citation was issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first class and certified mail to the PVA listed owner and address. The compliance reinspection date listed on the citation was June 10th, 2022. On June 13th, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I was able to discuss the violations with the tenant who was at the property. On June 29th, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I left a second door hanger asking that the vehicle be repaired and removed from the yard. On July 20th, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. I was able to discuss the violations again with the tenant. On July 26, 2022, the property was reinspected and remained in violation. During the inspection, the following additional violations were observed: a broken window, protective treatment, roofs and drainage, and tires. A citation was issued and posted on the property, as well as sent by first class and certified mail to the PVA listed owner and address. The compliance reinspection date listed on the citation was August 5th, 2022. This case has been open for 131 days and remains in violation. So you'll see that was the car that was parked in the yard in the very, very back, and it come to find out it was inoperable, and you see they've just moved it to the back of the house, and it's still in the yard.
So there is no respondent for this per-day fine request, so is there any more discussion or questions needed? All right, if not, I make a motion to authorize the issuance of a per-day fine citation in the amount of $100 to run for a period of 60 days or until in compliance.
Second.
All right, Dearbone and Deere, roll call.
Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes.
Harmon.
Yes.
All right. Now we come to the part where we need to either make a motion to nominate a new chairperson and co-chair, or vote to table it to the next meeting. Now, Mr. Anthony Lapointe is not here tonight, and I just now remembered that I will not be here in September. I will be coming back from a trip, so if we could entertain a motion to move this to our October meeting, if that would be proper. All right. So I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Dearbone and Harmon. Roll call?
Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes?
Harmon.
Yes.
All right. And finally, we would like to welcome our newest member. He's no stranger to the city or to work in this very room right here, Mr. Gene Harmon. We welcome you. Would you like to have any words?
No. I thought we was gonna have a 2-2 vote on one a few minutes ago, and I wondered what we was gonna do, but,
Tell us how you really feel about it.
but thank you. I am looking forward. I have worked with this program and the staff for years, and I told him a few minutes ago before it started, and it's true, that this program has really changed. I mean, we first started doing this, 20 years ago. I was here a lot, and I would tell you, probably the last 10 years I worked for the city, I may have attended 3 of these meetings, no offense, but the staff just took care of everything. There's a great staff. They had it down pat. They knew what they were doing. Good legal advice, I guess, too. But, at the beginning, I was here a lot. In the last few years, we depended on the staff, and they did a great job of getting this program going.
We're glad to have you, and, once Anthony gets back, we'll have a full complement, so we'll be glad to see that again. And to echo what Gene said and what we've all said, and nationally recognized code enforcement and nuisance board. So, I mean, that says it all, that you guys are nationally recognized for what you all do. The fact that we see so little of the cases because you guys take care of it, you guys get people in compliance, you guys make the city look beautiful. So thank you to all of you for everything you do, legal counsel, Pam, everyone. You all do amazing work, so thank you very much for that. So, did you have anything you want to add? All right, so if nothing else, I will call for a motion and second to adjourn.
Second?
All right, Dearbone and Deere. Roll call?
Deere,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Holman,
Yes?
Harmon.
Yes.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.